Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Hidden Alchemy by Sade. If it's your first time, welcome. I am a holistic and wellness coach focusing on spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional well-being practices to really just help people transform their life and alchemize themselves from the inside out and really just manifesting whatever it is that you want in your life. So, if you like the work that I have to offer, if you would like to learn more, head over to my website, Hidden Alchemy by Sade. I have my courses, coaching sessions, videos, all the ways that you can find me all over the digital space. And we can always set up a one on one consultation and talk further. Now, for today's video, we are diving into the Virgo New Moon happening on September 2nd. Now, this is really exciting for me because I am a fellow Virgo. My birthday is on the 12th, and I have quite a Virgo stellium in my chart. So I have been feeling the Virgo energy since the middle of March, since the middle of August. And I have a very good understanding of what this month of September is really asking a lot of us as a collective because of this Virgo energy. Now, new moons and full moons are basically when the new moon is when the sun and the moon are in the same sign. Full moon is when the sun and the moon are in opposing signs. New moons is when we plant new seeds of intention. Full moons is when we take a step back and allow the culmination of whatever we planted during the new moon to come up to the surface. So, with this Virgo new moon, it is in a feminine sign, and Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which rules our intellect, the way that we view the world from a practical mindset, and the way that we understand things, the way that we can process information. Virgo is all about how you process things, and that's why Virgo rules your gut. And whenever, if you know any Virgos, like myself, my mom is also a Virgo. Whenever a Virgo is anxious, it affects our gut health and it affects our mind because the two are one and the same. And that's just everyone in general. But Virgo, because it's such mercurial energy, we have a tendency to be very overstimulated very quickly, which will affect our digestion because it is affecting the way that we are processing things. So when you think of the term digestion, especially during this Virgo season, because Virgo rules the detoxing that we need to do of our systems, when you think of digestion, it's not only about digesting food, but it's how you process your life, how you process your emotions, how you process your thoughts and the situations that happen to you. And that's why Virgo season is really known as being that detoxification time where we are cleaning out our systems because we're preparing for the fall, and we're clearing out our home because we're moving our summer clothes to the side so that we can bring in our fall and winter type of clothes. And it's truly the purge. That's what I would definitely say about Virgo energy. It is a purge. And I love working with Virgo energy because the purge is so necessary so that we can make space for the newness that is coming in our life. And this Virgo new moon is very important for making more space because we have a lunar eclipse, a partial lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Pisces. I will dive deeper into that in a later video. But that eclipse is really going to be a pivotal moment in our life for the next year and a half. And this partial eclipse is just giving us a taste of what 2025 is going to bring to our table full force. So this Virgo new moon is really about making space, getting very practical, getting very organized, but still maintaining a level of optimism. Now, this new moon is opposing Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn has been in Pisces for some time. I mentioned this in my September astrology video. The opposition of a mercurial sign and Saturn is actually pretty yummy. Reason being, Mercury is the one of the planets that kind of gets along with everyone, same as Jupiter, right? Mercury is the messenger planet and it's the messenger of the sun. So when you put Mercury and mercurial energy opposing Saturn, it really is giving us a clear insight as to what Saturn needs us to work on, what Saturn needs us to do. And whenever we think of new moon energy, we think of excitement, right? You're planting new seeds, you're going on a new journey. But Virgo is not that. Virgo is not Leo, and Virgo is not Libra. Virgo is Virgo, and Virgo is about being very practical. What do we want? Where are we currently? And how can we get there? Especially with Pisces being our dreams and the deep desires that we have for ourselves and the way that we want to move in humanity, the way that we want to add to humanity. Pisces wants to add something, whether it be creative, whether it be healing, whether it be both, because creativity is a form of healing. Pisces wants to serve, it wants to add to humanity, and so does Virgo. So wherever you have Pisces in your chart, Saturn is going to be opposing this moon. So whatever intentions you're planting, which will really be just you writing things down, because that is Virgo, getting it out the head and getting it out on a piece of paper, Saturn is going to be lurking behind you and saying, don't forget that you haven't finished this and you actually need to finish that before you can get to this next level. Don't forget that you didn't do this correctly and you got to finish, you got to correct this. Virgos, you got to correct it. You got to make it perfect. You got to look at the detail. Saturn is going to be lurking behind the scenes of this new moon, like, hey, don't forget you missed the spot. Don't forget you missed that over there. And if you don't fix that, you won't be able to move to that next chapter. And depending on how you view that type of energy, especially for me being heavy Virgo, heavy Earth, I love that because it is an opportunity to get very clear, to get very precise, and to get very serious. I would definitely say this Virgo new moon is not anything serious that you need to be fearful of, but it's seriousness in terms of things are changing, time is changing. We have two eclipses coming up, one in September, another one in October, on top of equinox moving us into Libra. You got to get a little serious as we get to close out this summer energy. And I find it beautifully hilarious that the Virgo new moon is literally right on Labor Day as we close out the summer. The new moon is literally saying, yep, summer's done. Time for you to clean your room, time for you to go to the dentist, time for you to, do all of the mundane things to get your systems in place and your systems together for this next change. And we always have a Virgo new moon, right? But the reason why this new moon is very important is because we have an eclipse, and eclipses are course corrections, and eclipses are opportunities for you to take a step back and just let the universe completely shift the course and trust that wherever the universe is shifting you to is where you need to be. And especially because the North Node is going to move into Pisces, South Node moving into Virgo, it really is where you need to be in this specific season of your life. So if anyone is a Pisces or has strong Pisces placements or strong Virgo placements, this new moon and this month of September is going to be very imperative and important for you. It's important for everyone because we all have Pisces and Virgo. But people who have heavier planets in these signs, you really want to pay attention because the next year and a half, that's going to be the major theme. And usually when we have new moons, it is a time to set new intentions and new ideas. But because we have this eclipse and this new moon opposing Saturn, it's not anything brand new that you aren't fully aware of already. Hate to say it, it's not something brand new. It's something that you might have forgotten about and you kind of got to get back in order. This is a getting back into the swing of things, being practical, but really holding that optimism. Now, what I love about this new moon energy is we have Mars moving into Cancer September 4th. And I dive deeper into this in my September astrology video. But Mars moving into Cancer is really going to help you to get more intuitive and aware emotionally on what you want. Mars doesn't really like to be in Cancer because Mars prefers to deal with conflict and prefers to deal with conflict quickly and productively. Cancer likes to avoid because it's the crab. It wants to move side to side before moving forward. Beautiful thing is Cancer is cardinal, so it moves anyway because cardinal signs initiate change. So this Mars and Cancer energy is sextiling Virgo energy just as signs because Virgo's earth, Cancer's water, and Mars and Cancer can help you to say slow down. You don't need to physically act so quickly, but get more intuitive about your why. And you have to be emotionally connected to something in order to move. So you might as well figure out your emotions about this new area of your, not a new area, this area of your life that needs to be reorganized, reprogrammed. Systems need to be rechecked. Why are you rechecking certain systems? What does this mean for you? And with Mars in Cancer, you can really grieve and purge whatever emotions you're feeling or having towards this change happening in your life. Now, on top of this, we also have Uranus going retrograde the first. So the first we have the retrograde, the second we have the moon, the fourth we have Mars moving into Cancer. So lots of change happening in this earlier half of September for the new moon. Again, stay grounded and be practical, because with Uranus going retrograde, you have to check that Taurus area of your chart, which is beautiful because Virgo and Taurus are both earth signs. So there's so much energy supporting the movement and changes and shifts happening in this month of September, especially around this new moon. But it is a time to get a little still, get a little quiet, even though we're still in summer, and get practical and serious about your systems, getting your systems in order, getting organized, so that when we move into that eclipse energy, and then right after the eclipse, we have the fall equinox, you are ready and stable and able to go and move forward. So that's all I have for the new moon in Virgo. Another great thing about this new moon in Virgo, Mercury is already direct and it will move into Virgo later in the month. So again, there's so much energy supporting this new moon, but the beginning half of September, when this new moon takes place, it might not be the best time to be too physically active, just being a little more reflective, enjoying those last few bits of summer, because work will need to be done. All right, everyone. Thank y'all so much for joining me for my new moon video. My name is Sade, and feel free to head over to my website to send me a message. Feel free to comment how this new moon energy has been affecting you, and I will see you all for my next video.